At least once every day in my life, there is someone who says something in regards to my piercings. Now, over 24, that's the number I typically go with because the reality is I don't care to count. They are synonymous with my face. True, in the sense I feel the image of me without them is no image of me at all. A falser illusion than the act of a mirror. I feel unstrung, unraveled, and only made whole again when the holes are made visible. Can you make the lack real? Make it seen and felt, experienced tangibility. Filled with silver, embellishing and authenticating, an Ouroboros in my ears, above my eyes, in my nose, feeding itself on my senses, holy in its impossible end, fated to desire, to devour. It is in my body as much as my body wears it, through sense and consciousness together, internally or externally threaded, my metal chills inside the skin to remind bones of their titanium coating. How myself rises to the surface, broken free with a needle, embodied finally through a projected view. The image beneath my eyes, now something to be looked on, something apparent to everyone else. I thought it had only lived inside my mind, when it was in my ears and nose and above my vision line. Sharps through skin to make the self, with ink, with jewelry, with words, all simply dots of black and white. The red of the flesh turns them alive. Through interaction with the human body, metal is made human, made body. The cinema is the same. In so many ways, film is body. How it holds time, memory, dream, the same. What separates film is its immortality. Film doesn't end, as much as fade-ins and outs convince us otherwise. It is constant and alive, even without our eyes. But when it is viewed, it is complete. Having found a vessel, a manger, a tomb, to rest its reflection upon in a real time, to have an aura, the innate feeling of film, the sensorial orgy when mere replication is killed, so that we may feel presence in present. To give over the senses completely is vulnerability. Body becomes retrospective. Allowing subconscious to rise to the spheres of our retinas, mind runs free, yet the body is likewise fed by the image. Its intensity and resemblance shoots nerves to feel, but as captivated, the body loosens and stiffens to remain still, numbing our reaction to sensation to instead become sensation. Academia rationalizes this through suture theory, arguing that film is designed to evade its own illusion, hiding the camera so we may adopt its sight, and we may make sense of film by weaving together its fragments, as camera, editor, spectator, silent, invisibly, repairing damage with a montage and a suture whose stitches will melt into skin as if never there. Film theory continues to reason with its tendencies towards obfuscation, through bawdry and the apparatus, so much hidden in the process of reproducing an image, that to think of the effort required is to confront cinema directly, but to know it more honestly. There is beauty to be found in the fragments, the show of effort, the unveiling of the fantasy. Film is fantastical for our reason to be able to still believe it, while knowing it as illusion. It is beyond objective truth, to become subjectively perceptive. Cinema is belief despite reason. It is a religion to those who practice with their whole beings. I want to practice this. I want to pray. And I begin with externalizing the feeling of film in me. I want to make my wound into a scar. Let the suture mark me as having been healed. I will let my stitch into cinema be known, strands and drops of red thread around medical staples and metallic barbells. The films that have touched me have left scars, the tenderness a scar brings, to identify us with the pain of the cut, while reconciling with its evident healing. And so I say to film theory, let the suture settle. Let us be aware, be made aware of what film is told to avoid. Notice the continuity errors in the boom mic and frame, and feel our bodies in our seats. Let us be cognizant of the spiritual surgery, where we may assume the screen into our humanity. I must wear films because I am a projector. I contain the past and present and have the power to give it light. I am the machine that requires the body of work to function, using my body to work. And so this machinery is adorned and gilded. I am holding on to the film of my life, waiting for a screen to send it to. I hold it inside my body, and it holds time, holds space, holds me, one with me, the cinematic spirit. I hold a needle in my hand and see its thread and the lines of light. And if we are to make ourselves at home in our bodies, and to make our spirits sing inside them, I break the skin, rip these slits, so voices may be carried higher by silver, its chrome reflective and supplementing noise with materiality. A suture begins with a piercing, a single point of puncture. The needle has to break the skin seal to become integrated within. But the theory of suture practice disregards the pain of the incision, where it should instead focus on how, despite the sharpness and the realization that a film is unreal, we continue to sew, continue to morph our skin into celluloid, stock, pixels. And so rather than see suture as how we hide a wound, the wound is transformed by the suture into something reconstructed, a new sense, a new skin, a new space to fill the gap. The suture is healed and reopened with each film that emotionally tears us. The least we could get is a new earring each time as proof, to prove that we are not as impenetrable as we let on. But the human body isn't large, long, or immortal enough, and so film takes this place, and its silver sphere of infinity can live within me through different and more stylistic means. I've always seen the act of film, the recording of live footage, to be as introspective as viewing it from the outside, as both, either, subject or I, we subsume humanity to the level of a camera. A red dot blinks in lieu of bloodshot eyes tired from incessant seeing. Machine picks up at the edges of flesh to possess what I see. Frozen in time and place, still life becomes moving pictures and can live forever, stitched into preservation. My image, too, fossilized until gazed upon, will be indiscernible from beams of illumination. I will be made into the film. I will pierce through the membrane dividing us. The same way film found me, I feel the prick of embodiment in each sense. Knowing body, soul, and film are one, skewered, sutured, scarred. The process is the practice. For so long, I've recorded myself to know the image of me, to recognize it and then to accept it. But what I have found is that as I record myself, I'm able to unsheath my emotional array, able to see outside of myself to see myself, feel the time pass and my body change, bring my sensations back to that context, feel it as if it were presently happening. Needles under the skin to lift it up, reveal the pink beneath, bring back body memory, body consciousness. The body sees itself as it must be. And mine, constantly evolving. My body knows itself through its scars, through its points of suture. As a filmic body, my scars and sutures are the same. The silver screen, the silver in me, mend as one. So I can live, cheat death forever. Projected on the screen of my body, the visible man and the film of his life.